The intro was dope. The intro was dope. This is going to be our first RBI 19 video. Now, I'm really interested in dabbling into some franchise on here. Franchise mode has a 10-season cap on it. Let's go ahead and jump in and start our first one. Now, you know, I'm obviously going to go ahead and do our first franchise simulator with my Philadelphia Phillies. If you guys want to see more franchise simulators on RBI Baseball, let me know down below. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you are new. We're going to try the Philadelphia Phillies out. They're the most talked about team in baseball right now. Let's be real. Bryce Harper just redirected all the attention to the Phillies, even though numerous teams, including teams in their own division, made some serious upgrades this offseason. We're going to go ahead and see what the Philadelphia Phillies are looking like today. Look at CBP in the background. I like it. I like it a lot. Trading players. Using the trade player screen, you can trade up to 3 players at a time. The AI will evaluate your offers based on trade settings in the franchise settings. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go to trade settings. It says unrestricted, loose, strict. Okay, so you can kind of balance how lenient teams are with, is lenient the right word? You can make trades easier or harder, but we're going to put it on strict because, I mean, it's hard. Unless you're dealing with the Marlins, it's hard to make trades in Major League Baseball. You know what I'm saying? All right, now it has not been set in stone yet what's going on with left field, right field in Philadelphia. I wouldn't be shocked if they keep Bryce Harper in right field and let McCutchen play left, but McCutchen's listed as the right fielder on here with Bryce Harper in left. Segura batting second, playing shortstop. Reese Hoskins is going to slide over to first base for Carlos Santana. Santana was traded for Segura. Hoskins is going to be on first. The Phillies also went out and got JT Realmuto, maybe the best catcher in all Major League Baseball. Center fielder El Torito Odubel Herrera in center field batting 6th. Michael Franco on third base batting 7th. And then the switch hitter Cesar Hernandez is going to be on second. Scott Kingery is a guy who was really highly touted prospect for the Phillies not too long ago. He had his first full season in the bigs last year. He's looking to probably take Cesar Hernandez's job at second base, let's be honest. He's also taking some reps at third base. If he can be a little bit more consistent at the plate this season, he will definitely get some regular at-bats. He's almost like a super utility kind of guy. He can play all over the field. Andrew Knapp, Roman Quinn, and Nick Williams are the rest of the bench. Relief pitcher, here's the bullpen. Now, I'm really excited about this staff this year. Sir Anthony Dominguez showed nasty stuff last year. The Phillies also went out and got Dave Robertson. They got Juan Nicasio and James Pizzazz in that Gene Segura trade as well, but it's not showing. Papa Paz must be listed as a minor leaguer right now. They also made a trade for Jose Alvarez with the Los Angeles Angels. Hector Neris is still around. He's got a pretty nasty splitter. The menu screen for franchise looks pretty sick. So you have today's game right there on the front when you hop in. You have the calendar right below that. We have the lineups in rotation, trade players, reserves, add free agents. You can check the standings out. Let's see what the standings are looking like. Okay, pretty simple. One click of the button, you're looking at the entire league. I kind of like that. This is one thing I do like about RBI. Their menu screens are beautiful. These navigation screens are magnificent. A couple guys who are not listed on the Phillies active roster on day one right here in franchise mode: Aaron Altair, Victor Arano, Dylan Cousins, Eloy De Los Santos. He's the pitcher that they got for Freddie Galvis last year in the trade with the San Diego Padres. They also have Jared Eichhoff, who had a pretty good, I think, 2016 season. He's going to be looking for innings. Tommy Hunter still got a pretty decent contract. Here's Papa Paz. We were just talking about him a moment ago. He's new to the squad. Yaxel Rios, Ranger Suarez. Phillies they're pretty deep now, man. They're pretty deep. They made a bunch of big upgrades, and they didn't lose anybody. The only downgrade was Carlos Santana, but Hoskins is sliding in at first base for him. McCutchen's going in the left for Hoskins, so they didn't really lose anything, and they gained Segura in that trade. The Phillies did a lot this offseason that I'm clearly excited about. Okay, now I'm not gonna be cheesy and add legends to the squad, but they have a pretty good list of legendary players here. Cliff Lee, Al Leiter, Roy Oswalt, Nolan Ryan, Billy Wagner. So their legend list is pretty nice. That's post-1993. We can also look at pre-1993. So there's Burt Blyleven, Jim Dunning. Now we got Bob Feller in here, Raleigh Fingers, Fergie Jenkins, Juan Marichal, Phil Niekro. Oh no. Tom Seaver. Okay. I'm really curious to see what everyone's statistics are going to look like by the end of the season. So let's get to simulating. I'm going to stop periodically as we go through, get an update, see where we're at, and then obviously we're going to finish the entire season right here in this video. So let's get into it. Okay, so one thing I would like to see is maybe their overall record somewhere on this calendar screen. That would be really nice because right now we have to back out to see our record from the calendar screen. We simulated through the end of April, and currently the Phillies are off to a 17-12 start. One thing to note, in the first 3-game series with the Marlins, the Phillies actually lost 2 out of 3, but the one game that they won, they scored 14 runs. They also scored 14 runs against the New York Mets on April 23rd in a 14-12 score. Did anyone actually pitch? And then their second series with the Marlins, they won 3 out of 4 games. So it was a 4-game set, and they took 3 out of 4. And through the end of April, Bryce Harper leading the way with 9 home runs and 28 RBIs, 276 average. Segura is batting 281 with 3 bombs. McCutchen in a leadoff spot has the least amount of at-bats on the team from the leadoff spot. That's kind of interesting. Probably has a lot of walks. I guess he missed a few games. He's batting 267. Rhys Hoskins in the 4-hole batting 186. 6 home runs and 15 RBIs. And then probably the best hitter on the team so far through April has been JT Realmuto. He's tied with Bryce Harper with 9 home runs. And he's batting 310. Odubel Herrera batting 173. He has 4 home runs. So does Maikel Franco, and Cesar Hernandez batting 219 with 3 dingers. In the bullpen, David Robertson has pitched 9 1/3. He has a 3.8 ERA. Adam Morgan has pitched 13 games, 22 innings, has a 5.1 ERA. And Sir Anthony Dominguez has a 3.6 ERA through April. So let's simulate a little bit more to see where we're at after June. I decided to sim all the way up into the All-Star break, so we're in the middle of July right now. The Phillies are winning the NL East with a 50-41 record. Now here's the biggest surprise. The Marlins are 48-41 and the Braves are 32 games under 500 at the All-Star break. Midway through the season, McCutchen's batting 227 from the leadoff spot. He has 6 homers and 23 RBIs. Segura is batting 284 with 11 homers. Bryce Harper has 34 home runs and 93 RBIs at the All-Star break. 34 home runs in 91 games. Hoskins got the batting average up a little bit, but not too much. Batting 217, he has 14 dingers. JT Realmuto batting 283 with 22 bombs. And then 17 homers from Herrera, 19 homers from Franco, and 15 homers from Cesar Hernandez in the 6, 7, 8 spot. That is a ton of home runs in the first half for a lineup. Aaron Nola is leading the staff with a 3.86 ERA and 124 strikeouts. Breakout Pivetta has 136 Ks and 124 innings with a 3.99 ERA and a 0.94 whip. Zach Eflin actually leads the staff in whip with a 0.88. He's pitching at a strikeout per inning pace and a 3.8 ERA as well. So the pitching staff has been pretty solid with the exception of Jake Arrieta. So we just simulated to the end of August now. The Phillies continue their dominance against the Braves. They've won 2 out of 3 in 2 more of the series, which makes them 12-3 in total this season against the Braves. The standings currently, the Phillies have a 1-game lead over the Nationals. The Marlins have slipped down to 4th place. The Nats and the Mets are breathing down our necks. Bryce Harper's up to 44 home runs and 128 RBIs with an entire month left in the season. If that's not MVP, I don't know what it is. Realmuto also has 30 bombs. Hoskins' batting average is still pretty low at 216, but he has 26 bombs and 90 RBIs. And they have more than 70 home runs from their 6, 7, 8 spot in the lineup, which is just insane. After simulating the rest of the season, the Phillies do win the NL East with a 92-70 record. Now, I pegged the Phillies to win 88-92 games, so that's pretty much right in line with my win total. Is that going to be enough to win the division in real life? Time will tell. But the Phillies win the NL East in their first season with this revamped squad with a 92 win total, and we are going to advance to the postseason. In the postseason, we play the Cubbies in the first round. The Cubbies defeated the Nationals in that play-in game. The Oakland Athletics defeated the Tampa Bay Rays in the playoff game in the American League. So the Astros are going to play the Athletics, the Red Sox are going to play the Twins, the Rockies are going to play the Cardinals, and the Phillies are going to play the Cubs. And it looks like once you advance to the postseason, you cannot see the regular season stats again. I'm assuming I would be able to look at those after the year. So we'll go back and look at their individual stats at the end of the season. I don't know why that wouldn't be an option. So let's just go ahead back into this. The Phillies win game 1. Simulate game 2. The Phillies win game 2. So the Phillies, the Rockies, and the Red Sox all have a 2-0 lead in their series. The Astros and the Athletics are tied 1-1. The Cubbies win game 3. The Red Sox move on. They got a sweep. But the Cubs and the Cardinals both push and win game 3. The Athletics took a 2-1 lead over the Astros. Let's simulate another one here. The Phillies advance, the Athletics advance, and the Cardinals advance. So the final 4. The NLCS is going to be the Phillies versus the Cardinals. The ALCS is going to be the Athletics versus the Boston Red Sox. So the defending champs are still in it. The Phillies, the new revamped squad, to probably the 2 most active teams in the offseason. The Cardinals and the Phillies are going to be the NLCS. So let's keep the simulation moving. Phillies win game 1. Athletics win game 1. Boston ties it up in the ALCS. The Phillies take a 2-game lead. Phillies take a 3-game lead. They're 1 win from the World Series. The Red Sox are up 2-1. The Phillies sweep. The Phillies sweep. The Red Sox beat the Athletics in 6, and the Phillies sweep. The World Series will be the Boston Red Sox trying to defend their crown against the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's get the simulating. 1-0 Phillies. This is crazy. Are they actually going to win the World Series in this first simulation? It's tied 1-1 now. Boston battles back. 2-1 Phils. It's a best of 7. 2-2. What a World Series. 3-2 Boston. They're 1 game from winning it all. Do the Phillies fall short? They do. Oh, no. Oh, Double pops up right in my face, too. The Red Sox win the World Series again, and they defeat the Phillies. So in our first RBI baseball simulation, the Phillies came 2 wins shy of winning the World Series. The Red Sox are the 2019 World Series champions. Better luck next year. Rats. Again, it's still not letting me look at their final statistics from the end of the regular season. That's my fault. I should have went in and looked at them before I advanced to the postseason. But in the playoffs, Cesar Hernandez batted .320. Maikel Franco batted .327. Realmuto batted .298. Hoskins batted .250, which was way up from his regular season average. Harper batted .254. Harper hit 5 homers. Hoskins hit 6. All right, so it looks like there's actually no way to go back and look at those regular season totals from the end of the regular season. That's a little bit disappointing, I would say. So a few things I disliked about the mode out of the gate, but a lot of things I like. First of all, that was very quick. It only took me like 30-40 minutes to get through an entire season. The menus are clean. Everything looks nice. If you guys want to see some more RBI baseball franchise simulations, let me know down below who you want to see next. I'm out of here, guys. 2 games shy of the World Series. I wouldn't mind something like that playing out in real life. I'm out. Peace.